Okay, so today you guys are going to be able to write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. So in case we forget, this is slope-intercept form up top here. Y equals mx plus b. M is always our slope, and b is always our y-intercept. We're going to go through about 4 or 5 different ways to be able to write this equation given different things, whether it be the slope and the y-intercept, a point and the slope, and so forth. So the first way is when we are given a linear function on a graph. We always want to find the y-intercept first, which is our b, and then we want to find our slope, which is our m, and we did this the other day. So if we look at the graph, our y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis, is 4, so our b equals 4. And our slope, if I pick another pretty point, there's one right here. I rise 1, 2, 3, 4, and I run 2. And I notice that my slope is positive, so 4 over 2, and I can simplify that to just be 2. So if my equation is y equals mx plus b, my y and my x stay in the equation. My m is 2, and my b is 4. This is my equation of the line given a graph. Now if I look at the next one, when it says you are given the slope and y-intercept, I am able to just plug it straight into the equation like we did for part 1. So if our slope is negative 2/3 and our y-intercept is negative 5, I can say y equals mx plus b. My y equation, my m is negative 2/3, and my b is negative 5. Pause the video and try the next one by yourself. Here's the answer to the next one. All right, flip over. You learned 2 of the ways. Now here's your third. When you are given a point and the slope. So we always need the y-intercept and the slope as our final answer in our slope-intercept form, but we're able to get there when we're given points. So if I look at the first one, it says use the slope-intercept formula, which again is y equals mx plus b. I want to plug in the slope and the point into the equation. By doing that, b is going to be by itself, and I can solve for b, and then I'm just going to plug it back into the equation since I want it in y equals mx plus b form. So if it's through the point 1, 2, my x is 1 and my y is 2. So if my equation is y equals mx plus b, I'm replacing my y with 2, my slope or my m with 7, my x with 1, and b is going to stay in the equation. Now it's just a 2-step equation to try to solve for b. So 2 equals 7 times 1 is 7 plus b. Now to get b by itself, I'm going to subtract 7 to the other side. b equals negative 5. Now I have enough information. I have my y-intercept and I have my slope. So my equation will be y equals 7x minus 5. Pause the video and try the next one by yourself. Okay, there's your answer to B. Check it out, see if you have any questions. If you do, just start it and I'll look at it next time in class. All right, our next one is when you're given 2 or more points. So here we don't have the slope and we also don't have the y-intercept, but we're able to get the slope based off of those 2 points, and then we're just going to use 3 up top here to be able to get our B. So if I look, I'm going to find the slope of these 2 points. Remember, I like putting it in a table. If you want to use a formula, you're more than welcome to. My first point is 2, 1. My second point is 5, negative 8. My change in x is add 3. My change in y is subtract 9. So my slope is my change in y over my change in x, which equals negative 9 over 3. When we simplify that, that's negative 3. So I have my slope. Now that I have my slope, I can use either points up top here to plug back into the equation like we did up top, and I'll get my b. If you do it correctly, it doesn't matter which set of points you use. So I'm going to just go with the first one. So my y is 1. My m we just solved for to be negative 3. My x is 2, and I'm solving for my b. 1 equals negative 6 plus b. I add 6. b equals 7. Okay, now I have my slope and I have my y-intercept. So I'm just going to rewrite my equation as y equals negative 3x plus 7. All right, pause the video and try the next one by yourself. Okay, there's your answer to A on that page. The last way you need to know is when you are given a table with points. It's the same exact way we're going to do from the last one, because here's a whole bunch of points. 0, 1, 1, 4, 2, 7, 4, 13, 5, 16. So we're going to actually use the same steps we used for the last one. I have to first make sure that the slope is the same for each set of points, because if it's not, then it's not a linear function. So I'm going to make sure it's a change in 1 there, change in 1, change in 2, and change in 1. I add those every time. My change in y was add 3, add 6, and add 3. Okay, so my first 2 and my last one are all the same, but my middle one is 2 and 6. My change in y over change in x is 3 over 1, but then I also have one that's 6 over 2. When you simplify them, my slope is 3, so it's okay. From there, I just pick any set of points to plug in, but you can also notice from the table that they automatically give you the y-intercept. Your y-intercept here is 1, since your x is 0. So that's your b right there. So I can just write the equation as y equals 3x plus 1. If you don't see it, you can plug in any set of points. If I pick the next set of points, I'm going to use 1, 4 to plug in. If I did 4 equals 3 times 1 plus b, 4 equals 3 plus b, subtract 3, 1 equals b, and then I still get the same exact equation. So either way, if you don't see the y-intercept in the table, you just pick any set of points. If you look at the next one, we do the same thing again. We're going to see if the slopes are the same. So here I add 1, add 1, add 1, and add 1. Since it's add 1 for every single one over here, it has to be add or subtract the same number over here every single time. From here to here, I'm subtracting 2. 3 to 3 is actually 0. I'm adding 2, and I'm adding 4. Over here, my numbers don't match up. It does not have the same rate of change. Of 2 over 1 is not the same as 0 over 1. So these points do not form a line. Okay, the next 2 pages is for you to try by yourself. An answer key will be posted to Classroom this afternoon. Your next thing to do is to go into Delta Math and complete the assignment called Creating Lines. If you watch this entire video, please send me an email to a@callsk12.org and let me know you watched it, and you'll receive 5 extra credit points to your marking period 2 grade. If you're still stuck, just please come see me during enrichment or after school tomorrow. Thanks.